My precious child, stay still for just a moment and listen. Do not turn away, for this is the moment your soul has been crying out for in the silence of the night. You may think you stumbled upon this message by accident, or that it was merely an algorithm that brought you here, but I tell you the truth, nothing in my kingdom happens by chance. I have been watching you, my beloved, and I have seen the weight you carry on your shoulders. I have seen the tears you wiped away when no one was looking. And I have heard the unspoken prayers that you were too exhausted to even form into words. Before the foundations of the world were laid, before the stars were breathed into existence, I knew this very second would come. I carved this appointment into the stone of eternity because I love you with a love that surpasses all human understanding. You are here because I have called your name and because I have something of infinite importance to whisper into the depths of your spirit. And I will not keep you waiting, my child. Tonight, before your mind finds another distraction, I will place 3 questions in your hands, questions that will decide what your soul carries into eternity. I will not reveal them all at once, because your heart must be prepared to receive them. But hear me, the first question touches your relationship with my son. The second touches what you have done with what I entrusted to you. And the third is where most people are shocked, because they never realized I was standing so close. This is not a message for the world. It is a message for you, my chosen one. I have set this time apart to stop the noise of the world from drowning out my voice. You have been running, searching for answers in places that only leave you feeling more empty. You have been seeking validation from people who do not know the beauty of the soul I created within you. But tonight, the searching ends. Tonight, the distractions must fall away. I am inviting you into a sacred space, a sanctuary outside of time, where only you and I exist. I have come to you not as a distant judge, but as a father who has missed his child. Before I reveal the deep mysteries and the blessings I have prepared for your path, I want to know that you are listening. If you can feel my presence surrounding you right now, do not stay silent. Declare your presence before the gates of heaven. Type "I am here, Lord," or 7007 in the comments right now to open the portals of my grace and signal that your heart is ready to receive. I see you, my child, and I see the light that is beginning to flicker within you once more. You are not just a spectator. You are a vital part of my divine family. This journey we are about to take together is one of transformation and awakening. As you step deeper into this revelation, I invite you to join this growing family of light and believers. Press the like button on this video and subscribe to this channel right now. By doing so, you are not just clicking a button. You are making a spiritual declaration that you choose to walk in the light and that you are ready to be fed by my word daily. This is your signal of agreement with the heavens, a step of faith that tells the universe you belong to me. As you join this family, you are surrounding yourself with the strength of many, ensuring that your soul remains anchored in my truth as we move toward the great restoration I have promised for your life. Listen closely, for the urgency of this hour cannot be ignored. The world is changing and the shadows are growing long, but I am the light that never fades. I am not speaking these questions to terrify you, but to rescue you from sleepwalking through your life. Most people chase applause and avoid silence, only to realize at the end they never faced what mattered. I do not want that for you. I want you to walk into eternity with peace, already familiar with my voice, already aligned with my truth. My beloved, the weight of what I am about to reveal is heavy, but my yoke is easy and my burden is light. I am preparing you to handle the weight of a blessing so large that your current self could not carry it. You have been through the fire and you have felt the pressure of the world trying to break you, but I was there in the furnace with you. I was making you fireproof. I was strengthening your character and refining your heart. so that when the doors of prosperity and purpose finally swing open, you will not stumble. The questions I will pose to you tonight are the keys to those doors. They are the mirrors that will show you who you truly are in my eyes. Take a deep breath. Let the peace that passes all understanding settle over your mind. The divine appointment has begun, and the heavens are silent, waiting for your response. Do not look back, for the path ahead is illuminated by my glory, and I am walking right beside you every step of the way. My child, the world is a stage, and for too long, you have been forced to play a role that was never written for your soul. I have watched you put on your mask every morning before you step out the door. A mask of strength, a mask of competence, a mask that whispers to everyone around you that you have it all together. But I see the cracks that are forming. I see how heavy that mask has become a leaden weight that pulls at your spirit until you feel you can no longer stand. You were never meant to carry the burden of perfection. You were never meant to be the person the world demands you to be. I see the weariness in your eyes when the sun goes down and you finally allow yourself a moment of silence. The performance is draining the very life from your veins, and I am here tonight to tell you that it is okay to let it fall. The masks you wear to protect yourself have become a prison, isolating you from the very love and grace I have been trying to pour into your life. I see you in those quiet, desperate moments that the world never witnesses. I was there with you today, as you sat in your car, gripped by a silence so loud it felt like it would shatter the glass. I saw you lean your head against the steering wheel, the weight of the bills, the expectations of your family, and the crushing pressure of your career pressing down on your chest until it felt like you couldn't draw a full breath. You are surrounded by people, yet you feel more alone than ever, because no one truly knows the person behind the smile. You scroll through your social media, seeing the curated lives of others and feeling the sting of inadequacy, wondering why you are the only one struggling. But I tell you, my beloved, those are masks too. The world is drowning in a sea of beautiful lies, but I am the truth. I see the silent scream of your soul behind the filtered photos and the brave words. I see the person who is terrified of failing, the person who feels like they are running a race with no finish line. Stop running, my child. You do not have to prove anything to me. The world rewards the outward appearance, the hustle and the noise. But I look at the heart. I have seen you give and give, until you have nothing left, hoping that someone would notice the emptiness growing inside you. You have sacrificed your peace on the altar of achievement, fearing that if you stop for even a moment, everything will come crashing down. But what if I told you that the crashing down is exactly what needs to happen for your true self to emerge? These masks are melting now in the heat of my presence. Let the false identities burn away. You are not your bank account, you are not your job title, and you are not the mistakes of your past. You are my masterpiece, created for a glory that cannot be captured in a photograph or measured by a paycheck. The exhaustion you feel is the signal that you are trying to live a life that is too small for the destiny I have placed within you. Tonight, I am stripping away the layers of pretense, not to leave you exposed, but to clothe you in my righteousness and my peace. Can you feel the release beginning to happen even now? There is a profound freedom in admitting that you cannot do this on your own. You were created to be dependent on my strength, not your own willpower. The loneliness you feel in the crowd is a call to intimacy with me, a reminder that your soul was made for a kingdom that is not of this world. You have been trying to build a home in a desert, but I am opening up the springs of living water. The masks are melting, my precious one, and beneath them I see a warrior who is tired but ready to be restored. I see a child who has been lost in the woods but has finally heard their father's voice. And now that the masks are melting, you are finally ready for the first mirror. Because the first question cannot be answered with performance. It cannot be answered with reputation. It can only be answered with truth. Stay with me. In the next breath, I will ask you what most people avoid until it is too late. My precious child, I know the ache that resides in the center of your chest, a hollow space that no human company seems able to fill. You walk through crowded streets, you sit in meetings filled with voices, and you return home to a family that loves you. Yet there is a part of you that feels utterly invisible. You have become a master at hiding this spiritual isolation, nodding your head and smiling while your soul is miles away, searching for a home it cannot find on this earth. I have seen the way you look at the world and feel like a stranger in a foreign land. You give your heart, your time, and your energy to those around you. But when the day is done, you are left wondering if anyone truly saw you. You feel as though you are fighting a battle that no one else understands, standing alone on a front line that is invisible to the eyes of the world. But I want you to know something tonight. You have never been alone, even for a single second. I have been the silent witness to every moment of your solitude. And I have been holding you close, even when you felt I was furthest away. I have seen the sting of betrayal that has left scars on your heart, wounds inflicted by the very people you trusted most. I saw the moments when you went out of your way to help to lift someone else's burden, only to have them walk away, without a word of thanks, or worse, to have them turn against you. You have asked me why the world is so cold, why your kindness is met with indifference, and why it feels like the more you love, the more you are hurt. My beloved, your scars are not signs of weakness. They are your credentials. They are the marks of a soul that has dared to love in a world that has forgotten how. I have bottled every tear you shed in secret when the weight of being misunderstood became too much to bear. I was there in the rejection, I was there in the abandonment, and I was there when you felt like the world had turned its back on you. I have used those seasons of isolation not to punish you, but to draw you into a place where only my voice can reach you. For in the desert of loneliness, the Spirit speaks the loudest. Stop for a moment, my chosen one. I want you to do something for me right now. Place your hand over your heart, close your eyes, and feel that steady, rhythmic beat. Can you feel it? That pulse is not just a biological function, it is my signature on your life. It is the sound of my presence within you. I am there in the very core of your being, dwelling in the space between your breaths. You may feel like you are fighting against the world, but I am the rock beneath your feet. I am the comforter who holds your heart when it breaks, and the healer who touches the wounds that no one else is allowed to see. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are being prepared for a glory that requires a heart that has been tempered in the fire of solitude. I am calling you to look beyond the crowd and see me. I am the friend who sticks closer than a brother, the one who knows the thoughts you cannot voice and the dreams you are afraid to dream. Your loneliness is actually a sacred invitation to a deeper intimacy with your Creator. I know it is hard to keep going when the path is lonely, but I am strengthening your spirit for the assignment that lies ahead. You have been faithful in the little things, in the moments where no one was watching and no one was cheering. You have kept your integrity when it would have been easier to compromise. You have chosen to be kind when you had every reason to be bitter. These are the victories that the heavens celebrate. The pain you feel is the breaking of the old shell, so that the new life within you can finally breathe. You are being aligned with a purpose that is far greater than the temporary approval of men. As we move closer to the 3 questions that will define your eternity, Remember that my love for you is not dependent on your performance or your popularity. It is unconditional, eternal, and absolute. You are enough because I have made you enough. Rest in my presence tonight, for the shepherd has found his sheep, and you are safe in my arms. My child, as you stand at this threshold, I want you to imagine something far more profound than any reflection you have ever seen in a glass mirror. Throughout your life, you have looked at yourself through the eyes of others, through the lens of your achievements, and through the distorted glass of your own insecurities. But tonight, I am placing before you the 3 mirrors of truth. These are not physical objects. They are divine reflections that show the state of your spirit as it appears in the light of my eternity. In the world, you can hide behind your words and your reputation, but in these mirrors, every shadow is illuminated and every secret thought is laid bare. This is not meant to condemn you, but to set you free. For only when you see yourself as I see you, can you begin to walk in the fullness of your destiny. You are approaching a moment of absolute clarity, a moment where the distractions of the flesh fade away and only the truth of your soul remains. These mirrors are ancient, older than the sun, and they have been waiting for your arrival since the day you were born. They do not reflect the clothes you wear or the wrinkles on your skin. They reflect the weight of your spirit and the frequency of your heart's devotion to the light. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you sitting there in the dim light of your own anxiety, wondering if your life truly matters in the grand design of the universe. I see you under the flickering lamp of your doubts, replaying every mistake you have ever made, as if you were trying to rewrite a past that is already gone. I see you in the quiet corners of your heart, where you hide the parts of yourself you think are unlovable, the parts you fear would make me turn away if I truly saw them. But my child, my gaze is not one of judgment, but of a father who knows every hair on your head and every tear you have ever shed. I see the courage it takes for you to keep going when every voice in the world is telling you to give up. I see the kindness you show to strangers, even when your own heart is breaking into 1,000 pieces. The first mirror reflects your relationship with my grace, how you have handled the gift of my son. The second mirror reflects your stewardship of the talents and time I entrusted to you. The third mirror reflects the love you have poured out into a thirsty world. These mirrors are the divine preparation for the questions that will define your existence. Listen to the rhythm of my voice, for it is the sound of truth calling you home. These mirrors are not for those who wish to remain in the shadows, but for the warriors who are ready to cross the bridge from the temporary to the eternal. You have spent so much of your precious energy polishing the outside of the cup, ensuring that everyone thinks you are righteous, successful, and stable. But my mirrors look deep inside the vessel. They see the motives behind your actions, the hidden pride behind your charity, and the genuine love behind your smallest sacrifices. Before we proceed to the 3 questions that will be asked at the end of time, you must first be willing to stand naked and honest in the light of my truth. Do not be afraid of what you see, for my grace is the softest blanket that covers your imperfections. My love is the holy fire that purifies your spirit. This is the preparation for your great spiritual shift, the moment where you stop playing religion and start living in my presence. If you believe that I am leading you to a higher truth right now, do not hold back your faith. Type "I believe" in the comments to signal to the heavens that you are ready to face the reflection of your soul with me by your side. As these mirrors begin to glow with the supernatural light of my kingdom, the very atmosphere around you is shifting and vibrating with the weight of eternity. You are being drawn into a deeper state of spiritual awareness, where the trivialities of daily life, the bills, the gossip, the petty frustrations lose their power over you, and the monumental importance of your eternal mission takes its rightful place at the center of your heart. You are about to encounter the first of the three questions, a question that serves as the foundation of everything you are and everything you will ever become. This is the moment where the path of your life splits, and the choice you make tonight will echo through the ages, long after the world has forgotten your name. The world is full of static and noise, but here in the reflection of my truth, there is only the steady, powerful heartbeat of God. Prepare your heart, my beloved, for the reflection in the first mirror is starting to change, moving from your physical image to the spiritual reality of your soul. The first question is about to be whispered into your spirit, and the answer will change your destiny forever. You are ready. You are chosen. You are mine. My beloved child, the first mirror has cleared, and the image it reveals is not of yourself, but of a man with scarred hands and eyes like a flame of love. This leads me to the most critical question of your entire existence, the one that will determine where you spend the vastness of eternity. On that day when the sun ceases to shine and you stand before my throne of glory, I will not ask you how many degrees you earned, how much money you accumulated in your bank account, or how many people liked your photos on a screen. I will look deep into your soul and I will ask, what did you do with my son Jesus? This is the question that separates the religious from the redeemed, the wanderers from the sons and daughters. You see, it is appointed for man to die once, and after that comes judgment. This is a truth that many try to hide from burying it under the noise of busy lives and endless distractions. But the appointment is set and the invitation has been sent. Jesus is not just a figure in a dusty book or a character in a historical play. He is the door. He is the only way back to my heart. I have seen you sitting in those hard wooden pews reciting prayers by memory while your heart was 1,000 miles away. I have seen you wear the cross around your neck as a piece of jewelry while your life remained untouched by its power. My child, religion is a cage built by men to try and reach me, but my son is the bridge I built to reach you. I did not send him into the world to condemn you, but so that through him you might truly live. Many will come to me on that final day and list their accomplishments. They will say they were good people, they gave to charity, they never hurt anyone. But if they do not know the man in the mirror, they are still strangers to my kingdom. I am asking you today, is he your Savior? Or is he just a name you use when you are in trouble? Is he the Lord of your life? Or just a guest you invite over when things go wrong? You cannot enter the palace of eternity through the windows of your own good works. You must come through the door. Think back to the moments when you felt a tug on your spirit, a gentle whisper in the middle of the night that told you there was something more to life than this. That was me calling you through the spirit of my son. I saw you when you felt the weight of your sin and shame, and you didn't know where to go with the guilt that was eating you alive. I sent him to take that weight from you. He took the nails so that you could have the crown. He walked through the darkness of death so that you could walk in the light of life. When I look at you through the blood of my son, I don't see your failures, I don't see your past, and I don't see your brokenness. I see my child forgiven and made whole. But this transformation only happens when you stop trying to save yourself and surrender to the one who has already done the work. Do not bring your titles or your trophies to the foot of the cross. Bring your hunger, bring your thirst, bring your repentant heart. My child, do not let another hour pass in the shadow of indecision. The world is drifting toward a great judgment, and the only anchor that will hold is the relationship you have with Jesus. You don't need to understand every theology or memorize every verse to answer this question. You only need to say yes to the love that has been chasing you since your first breath. When you yield your life to Him, you are not losing your freedom. You are finally finding it. You are shifting from a life of striving to a life of resting in my grace. The silence you hear right now is the universe holding its breath, waiting for your heart to respond. This is the moment of your spiritual alignment. If you can feel the fire of my love burning away, the coldness of your doubt, do not stay silent. This is your chance to make peace with your Creator before the day of the great unveiling. I am the potter, and you are the clay, but my Son is the mold that gives you the shape of heaven. I know the world has tried to tell you that there are many paths, but I am telling you the truth, that there is only one name under heaven by which you must be saved. I am not looking for your perfection. I am looking for your submission. I am looking for the moment when you stop running and fall into my arms. This first question is the foundation of everything else. Without the Son, the other two questions will not matter. For he who has the Son has life, and he who does not have the Son does not see life. Look at the mirror once more. See the sacrifice. See the love. See the door that is standing wide open, waiting for you to walk through. Your eternity is not a gamble. It is a choice. Make the choice tonight to belong to the one who died, so that you would never have to. My child, let us go deeper into the heart of the matter. For many of my children are lost in the labyrinth of religion, thinking that their rituals can bridge the gap that only my love can close. I have seen you striving so hard to be good, to follow every rule, and to check every box on the list of spiritual expectations. You attend the services, you say the traditional words, and you try to act the part of a saint. But inside you are dying of thirst. You have replaced a living, breathing relationship with me for a set of dry, dusty regulations. Religion is the effort of the human ego to reach upward to earn my favor through performance and perfection. But I tell you, your performance does not impress me, and your perfection is not what I desire. I do not want a servant who fears the lash of the law. I want a son and a daughter who rests in the warmth of my embrace. Religion is a heavy yoke that leaves you exhausted and bitter, always wondering if you have done enough. Surrender, however, is the moment you realize that I have already done it all for you. To the world, the word surrender sounds like a white flag of defeat, a sign of weakness and failure. But in my kingdom, surrender is the highest form of strength. It is the posture of a soul that finally says, Holy Spirit, I am no longer in charge. You are. When you yield your will to mine, you are not losing your identity. You are finally discovering who you were created to be. I am not looking for your religious trophies. I am looking for your brokenness. A broken and contrite heart I will never turn away. Stop trying to negotiate with me through your good deeds. Stop trying to hide your flaws behind a mask of piety. I already see them, and I love you in the midst of them. True surrender is not about giving up your life. It is about exchanging your small, limited life for my infinite, eternal life. It is the shift from, I can do this, to God, I can't do this without you. In that moment of yielding, the heavy chains of religious expectation fall away, and you are finally free to walk in the power of my grace. This is a moment of profound transformation, a turning point in your spiritual walk. I want you to take a step of faith right now to anchor this truth in your heart. If you believe that I am calling you out of the shadows of religion and into the light of my love, do not let this moment pass by. Like this video right now as a public declaration that you belong to me, and subscribe to this channel to join this global family of believers. By doing this, You are telling the heavens that you are ready to be fed by the pure milk of the Word, and that you are choosing to protect your soul from the deceptions of the enemy. This is not about a button on a screen. It is about your alignment with my family. When you subscribe, you are signaling that you want to walk this path of surrender daily, surrounding yourself with the truth that sets you free. Join us now, for the light is growing, and I have much more to reveal to you as we move toward the final questions. The greatest enemy of your soul is not just the darkness of the world, but the subtle pride of your own religious heart. It is the voice that tells you that you are better than others because of your knowledge, or that you have earned a higher place in my kingdom because of your sacrifices. But I tell you, I do not look at the size of your gift. I look at the motive of your heart. Many perform great works for the sake of being seen, but their hearts are cold and distant. I am searching for those who will worship me in spirit and in truth, those who are willing to be nothing so that I can be everything in them. I know it is frightening to let go of the control you have fought so hard to maintain. I know you fear that if you truly surrender, you will lose yourself. But I am the potter, and you are the clay. Trust my hands. I am not breaking you to destroy you. I am breaking the old stiff vessels so that I can mold you into something glorious, a vessel that can hold the weight of the blessings I am preparing to pour out upon your life. My beloved, the season of doing is coming to an end, and the season of being is beginning. I am calling you to come away from the noise and the religious busyness. Come and sit at my feet, just as you are. You don't need to bring a resume of your accomplishments. You don't need to apologize for not being enough. In my presence, you are always enough because you are mine. The journey toward the second and third questions requires a heart that is fully yielded, a spirit that has stopped struggling against the current and has learned to flow with the movement of my spirit. Do not be like those who have the form of godliness, but deny its power. Choose the power of surrender tonight. Let the fire of my love consume the wood, hay, and stubble of your religious efforts, and let what remains be the pure gold of a heart that simply loves me. We are moving now toward the realization of why you have felt so distant lately, and how the silent drift of the world has tried to steal your crown. Rest in me, for the work is being done in the secret places of your soul. My precious child, have you ever wondered how you arrived at this place of dryness, where my voice feels like a distant echo, and the fire that once burned in your heart has dwindled to a flicker? It was not a sudden rebellion, was it? You did not wake up one morning and decide to turn your back on me. No, for most of my chosen ones, the loss of intimacy is not a cliff you fall off, but a slow, silent drift. It is the steady pull of a tide you didn't even notice until the shore was out of sight. I have watched you day by day as the demands of the world began to crowd out the quiet moments we once shared. I saw the Bible on your nightstand gather dust, not because you stopped believing, but because you were just too tired. I saw your prayers shorten from deep conversations into quick, frantic requests as you rushed out the door. The drift is subtle. It is the slow leak of the soul that leaves you empty before you even realize you are thirsty. You are not lost, my child, but you are drifting, and tonight I have come to cast a line and pull you back to the center of my will. I see the invisible chains that hold you captive, and one of the heaviest is the glowing screen you hold in your hand. I have seen you in the late hours of the night when the house is still, and your spirit is craving rest, yet you spend hour after hour scrolling through the endless noise of the world. You seek a peace in the digital glow that can only be found in my presence. Each swipe, each video, Each fragment of gossip or comparison is like a drop of water in the engine of your spirit, slowly cooling the fire I placed within you. You are being fed a diet of trivialities while your soul is starving for the bread of life. This device, which was meant to be a tool, has become a master, stealing the very time I gave you to fulfill your destiny. I see the dopamine loops that keep you trapped in a cycle of seeking but never finding, of knowing everything about everyone else, while losing the knowledge of who you are in me. And listen to me closely, because this is where the drift becomes a thief of identity. Comparison is not harmless entertainment. It is a silent altar where people sacrifice their calling for the illusion of someone else's life. When you scroll, you are not only absorbing noise, you are drinking a story that was not written for you. You look at their highlight reels and measure it against your hidden battles. You see their progress and call your process failure. You see their applause and call your quiet obedience small. And without realizing it, you begin to doubt the very shape of the destiny I designed for your name. But I do not compare you to any soul on this earth, my child. I did not craft you as a copy. I did not breathe into you a borrowed purpose. I formed you with holy precision. Your wiring, your pace, your voice, your path, your assignments, so you could carry a weight that was never meant for anyone else. What looks ordinary in your hands can be eternal in my hands. The unseen faithfulness you despise is often the very proof I trust you. The enemy wants you to stare at other people's lanes until you forget you even have one. Because if he can keep you comparing, he can keep you paralyzed. If he can keep you measuring, he can keep you silent. If he can keep you feeling behind, he can keep you from building. But tonight, I am breaking that spell. Take a breath, my beloved. Let your shoulders drop. Let your spirit unclench. You do not need to outrun anyone to be loved by me. You do not need to perform to be chosen by me. You do not need to be seen by man to be known by heaven. The life I have given you is not a race for attention. It is a covenant for impact. Your pace is not proof of weakness. It is often proof of wisdom. Your quiet season is not punishment. It is preparation. I am restoring your focus. I am restoring your confidence. I am restoring the sacred dignity of your own path. The cost of this drift is higher than you imagine, for it numbs your spiritual senses. I speak to you in the rustle of the leaves, in the kindness of a stranger, and in the promptings of your conscience. But the noise of the world has become so loud that my whisper is easily ignored. You find yourself reacting with irritation where you once had patience. You feel a heaviness in your chest that you try to medicate with more entertainment, more shopping, or more busy work. But you can't fill a spiritual hole with material things. I have seen the fatigue that goes down to your very bones, a weariness that sleep cannot touch, because it is your soul that is exhausted. You are drifting into a sea of good things that are not God things, and your destiny is waiting for you to wake up and take the wheel. I am calling you back to the secret place, the place where the world stops, my spirit begins. I am calling you to unplug from the static and reconnect to the source of your life. Look up, my beloved. See how far you have wandered in your thoughts and your habits. This message is my hand reaching into the water to grab you before the current carries you into the rocks. You were not created to be a consumer of shadows. You were created to be a bearer of light. Every moment you spend drifting is a moment stolen from the people I have called you to impact, and the mission I have assigned to your name. The enemy does not need to make you evil to defeat you. He only needs to make you busy and distracted. If he can keep you scrolling, he can keep you from praying. If he can keep you comparing, he can keep you from creating. But tonight, the drift stops. I am breathing a fresh wind into your sails, a wind that will turn your ship around and point you back toward the sunrise of my glory. Reclaim the throne of your heart. Set boundaries around your time. Give me the first fruits of your day once again, and watch how the anxiety begins to lift. And when the urge to compare tries to return, remember this: the you are becoming cannot be built in someone else's shadow. Come back to your lane. Come back to your assignment. Come back to me. We are moving now toward the second question of eternity, and it is a question deeply tied to how you handle the moments I have given you. You see, time is the currency of the soul, and how you spend it reveals what you truly value. You cannot answer the call of your destiny if you are drowning in the trivial. This silent drift has been a test of your stewardship, a preparation for the weight of the blessings I want to entrust to you. I am not asking for your perfection, but I am asking for your attention. I am asking you to be present with me, to be intentional with the life I have breathed into you. The mirrors are shifting again, moving from the state of your heart to the works of your hands. As we prepare to face the second mirror, ask yourself, am I building a kingdom that will last, or am I just passing the time? The answer is within your reach, and I am here to help you find it. My child, look now into the second mirror. The light here is different. It is a golden, searching glow that reflects not just who you are, but what you have done with the seeds I planted in your hands. This brings me to the second question of eternity, an inquiry that touches the very fabric of your daily existence. How did you manage the assets of my kingdom? You see, I never intended for you to be an owner. I created you to be a steward, a trustee of the precious gifts I whispered into your soul before you were even formed in the womb. I gave you time, that most finite and sacred currency. I gave you talents, unique abilities that were meant to be the tools to build my kingdom on earth. And I gave you resources, money, influence, and energy. None of these things belong to you, my beloved. They are loans from the treasury of heaven, given to you with the expectation that they would grow, multiply, and bring light into the dark places of this world. I am looking at the talents I entrusted to you, and I am asking, did you use them, or did you bury them in the soil of your fear? I have seen the excuses you have crafted, the silent arguments you make when you feel you aren't enough. I hear you say, Lord, I am just one person, or I don't have as much as others do. But I tell you, I do not judge by the quantity, but by the faithfulness. I gave one man 5 talents, another 2, and another 1 each, according to their ability. I am not comparing your harvest to your neighbor's. I am comparing your harvest to your potential. I gave you a voice that could speak for the voiceless, but you used it to complain. I gave you a mind that could solve problems and create beauty, but you used it to worry. I gave you hands that could heal and lift the fallen, but you kept them in your pockets, afraid of the cost of service. I see the dreams I put in your heart that you allowed to wither because you were waiting for a perfect time that never came. The second mirror shows the gap between what I designed you to be and what you allowed yourself to become through the theft of your own potential. This revelation might feel sharp, but let it be the surgeon's knife that removes the cancer of complacency. You are still breathing, which means your stewardship is not yet over. You still have time to trade, to invest, and to multiply the grace I have given you. This is the moment to realign your priorities. If you realize today that you have been living for your own small kingdom instead of mine, do not let another second slip away in regret. Press the like button on this video right now as a sign of your agreement with heaven's investment in you. Subscribe to this channel to join this family of light, for here you will find the strength to keep your lamp burning and your talents active. By doing this, you are telling me that you are ready to be a faithful steward, that you are waking up to the responsibility of the grace you carry. This simple act is a spiritual declaration that you are no longer burying your light, but placing it on a lampstand for all to see. I look at the resources I have placed in your path, the money that passes through your hands, the influence you have over your friends and family, the energy of your youth or the wisdom of your age. How much of it has been used to advance the cause of love? How much has been spent on the passing shadows of this world? I have watched you stress over your bank account, forgetting that I am the source of all provision. I gave you those resources not just for your comfort, but to be a conduit of my blessing to others. When you hold tightly to what I have given you, you close the hand that I want to fill with even more. But when you live with an open hand, recognizing that you are merely a distributor of my goodness, I can trust you with the true riches of the kingdom. The second mirror is showing you that your life is a business of the soul, and the return on investment I seek is not gold or silver, but lives touched and hearts changed. The time is short, my chosen one. The master is returning to settle the accounts, and I want to hear the words, "Well done, good and faithful servant," echo through the halls of eternity for you. I do not want you to stand before me with empty hands and a heart full of what-ifs. I am restoring your vision tonight. I am reminding you of the hidden skills, the forgotten passions, and the secret resources I have placed within your reach. Do not let the enemy convince you that you have nothing to offer. Even a cup of cold water given in my name is a heavenly transaction. As we prepare to face the third and final question, carry this truth with you: your stewardship is the bridge between your earthly walk and your eternal reward. What you do with the little things is your entrance exam for the much that is yet to come. Wake up, my beloved, for your Father is watching with hope, waiting to see you shine. The final mirror is clearing now, my child. Its surface does not shimmer with gold or shine with the cold light of the sun. Instead, it glows with a soft, pulsing warmth, like the beat of a living human heart. This mirror reflects the most beautiful part of your existence, yet it is often the most neglected. It leads me to the third and final question, the one that carries the ultimate weight in the courts of heaven. Did you see me? You see, my beloved. The world is a place of grand appearances, but my kingdom is found in the small and the broken. On the day of reckoning, I will not look at your social standing or your public reputation. I will look at the moments when you thought no one was watching. I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I was shivering in the cold, and you clothed me. I was sick and in prison, and you came to visit me. You might ask with wonder, Lord, when did I see you in such a state? And I tell you now, as I will tell you then. Truly, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. I have seen the secret acts of kindness that you have already forgotten. I saw you on that rainy day when you were in a desperate hurry, yet you stopped for a moment to look into the eyes of the person sitting on the sidewalk. Everyone else walked past as if that person were invisible, but you saw a human soul. I saw the grocery money you quietly gave to your neighbor whose lights were about to be turned off, even though your own budget was tight and your heart was heavy with your own bills. I saw the phone call you made to the person who had been ostracized by the crowd just to let them know they were not alone in the dark. These are the moments that are written in the stars of my memory. But I also saw the times you turned your heart to stone because of your own pain. I saw the bitterness that rose up when you were asked to give one more ounce of patience to the difficult person in your life. I saw the silent flinch inside you when a need appeared because you have learned through betrayal and disappointment that generosity can be punished and love can be exploited. You told yourself you were just being wise, but in truth, you were building a wall around your tenderness. And the enemy loves nothing more than a wounded saint who mistakes numbness for strength. Listen to me, my precious one. I am not calling you back into naive giving. I am not asking you to be a doormat for manipulators. I am not commanding you to bleed for those who refuse to repent. I am restoring something deeper, a heart that stays soft without becoming unsafe. There is a holy difference between compassion and codependency. There is a divine difference between mercy and enabling. I can teach you boundaries that are clean and loving boundaries that do not come from fear, but from wisdom, because healthy love does not say yes to everything. It says yes to what I have assigned and no to what drains the oil from your lamp. Some of you stopped seeing me in the least of these, not because you were cruel, but because you were exhausted. You have carried too much for too long. You have given and you were not thanked. You helped and you were misunderstood. You forgave and you were hurt again. So you began to protect yourself by shrinking your heart. You began to walk faster when you saw the broken. You began to avoid the needy, not because you hated them, but because you feared what it would cost you. But I'm touching that fear right now. I am lifting that false burden that whispers, if I love again, I will lose myself again. My child, you do not need to fear love when I am your keeper. You do not need to fear being taken from when I am your provider. You do not need to fear being drained when I am your strength. The reason you can love without losing yourself is because you are rooted in me, not in their approval. You are not the source, you are a vessel. And a vessel does not run dry when it stays connected to the river. Let me heal the place where your compassion was punished. Let me heal the place where your kindness was weaponized against you. Let me heal the place where you had to become hard just to survive. Because I did not save you to make you cold, I saved you to make you whole. Love is the only currency that does not lose its value when you cross the threshold of death. Everything else, your knowledge, your property, your status, will be left behind at the gate of eternity. But the love you gave away is the only thing you get to keep. My child, the world is dying for a touch of my grace, and I have chosen you to be my hands and my feet in this generation. You are a vessel of my mercy, a lighthouse in a sea of indifference. And I am not asking you for grand public displays of charity. I am asking for the love that flows when there is no reward, but the peace of my spirit. Love that is wise love, that is clean love, that has boundaries. Love that is guided by my voice. So if you feel your heart softening right now, if you realize that there is a well of compassion inside you that needs to be uncapped, do not stay silent. Let the heavens hear your vow. Type "I will love" or 1212 in the comments below to align your soul with my divine order. This is your commitment to look for me in the faces of the broken. It is a promise to live a life that matters not just to yourself, but to the least, the last, and the lost. And as you type it, understand what you are truly declaring. Lord, make me tender again, but keep me anchored. Make me generous again, but keep me discerning. Make me loving again, but keep me free. As this third mirror reveals the truth of your heart, remember that I am not looking for a perfect track record of success. I am looking for a willing and compassionate spirit. You have been through so much, and you have every reason to be cynical or cold. But I am asking you to remain soft. I am asking you to be the light in someone else's dark tunnel. Realize that your greatest ministry often comes out of your deepest misery. Because you have been lonely, You can comfort the lonely. Because you have been in lack, you can encourage the poor. Because you have been forgiven much, you can love much. We are approaching the moment where all these reflections will merge into a single truth, where your motives will be laid bare, and your restoration will truly begin. Stay with me, for we are moving into the deeper chambers of your soul, where the why behind your life is revealed. The final seal is near, and my glory is about to break through the clouds of your life. My child, as we move deeper into the light, we must speak of a language that few on earth understand. Yet, it is the only language spoken in the halls of my dwelling, the language of motives. You see, humans look at the outward appearance. They applaud the size of the donation, the volume of the prayer, and the visibility of the service. But I do not hear the sound of your voice or see the movement of your hands until I have weighed the intent of your heart. I am the searcher of hearts and the trier of minds. To me, a small act of kindness done in secret with a pure heart of love is louder than $1 million sacrifice made for the sake of reputation. In the economy of eternity, your why is far more important than your what. I have seen you do the right things for the wrong reasons, seeking the approval of men to fill a void that only I can occupy. And I have also seen you do the wrong things, making mistakes and stumbling with a heart that was desperately trying to please me. It is the purity of your intent that I am refining tonight. I know why you cry when the lights are low and the world is asleep. It is because you fear that your life has no meaning if you aren't constantly performing. I know why you laugh in the presence of others when your soul is heavy. It is because you are afraid that if they saw your weakness, they would leave you. I know why you give, why you serve, and why you sacrifice. I see the moments when you were generous because you truly loved, and I see the moments when you were generous because you wanted to feel superior or secure. This is the hour of the great cleansing. I am washing away the layers of self-interest and the need for human validation that have clouded your spirit. I am calling you to a level of honesty where you can stand before me and say, Lord, let my heart be pure, even if my hands are empty. As this truth settles into your spirit, take a moment to signal your agreement with this divine refinement. Like this video and subscribe to this channel right now, joining this family of seekers who are choosing truth over tradition. This is not just an action on a device. It is a step into a community where we value the heart above the hustle, ensuring you stay aligned with my spirit every day. Many of the delays you have faced, my beloved, were not denials, but a season of purification for your motives. I could not give you the influence you asked for because your heart would have used it to build your own name instead of mine. I could not release the financial breakthrough because you were still looking to money as your savior instead of me. But I have watched you in the fire of waiting. I have seen your motives shift from give me to make me. I have seen you begin to desire me more than the gifts I can provide. This is the maturity I have been waiting for. When your motives are aligned with my heart, the doors of heaven no longer need to be forced. They swing open by the weight of my glory. I am preparing you to carry a blessing that would crush a selfish heart, but will flourish in a heart that has been emptied of pride. You are becoming a pure conduit of my grace, and the why of your life is finally beginning to echo. The why of my throne, pure, unconditional, and sacrificial love. Listen to the silence of this moment, for in it, I am whispering the secrets of the ages. The world will tell you that the end justifies the means, but I tell you that the means reveal the end. If you build your life on the foundation of seeking praise, your building will crumble when the winds of trial blow. But if you build on the hidden rock of a pure motive, your house will stand forever. I am removing the thorns of bitterness and the weeds of competition from the garden of of your soul. I want you to be free from the exhaustion of trying to impress a world that can never be satisfied. Rest in the knowledge that I see your heart, I know your true intent, and I am the only judge that matters. You are being prepared for a shift that will change everything as we move toward the prophecy of your restoration. The mirrors are fading, and the path ahead is glowing with the promise of a new beginning. My child, the mirrors of truth have done their work, and the weight of the 3 questions has settled into the fertile soil of your soul. You have stood before me with honesty, and because you did not hide, I am now able to heal. Hear me now, for I am declaring a shift over your life that begins at this very second. The season of inspection is turning into the season of implementation. You have been in the waiting room for so long, and that you have forgotten what the open door looks like. But I am the one who opens doors that no man can shut. I am speaking a word of restoration into the chaos of your circumstances. Within the next 7 days, you will begin to see the knots that have strangled your finances, and your peace start to untie. I have seen the ledgers of your life, the debts that keep you awake, and the lack that makes you feel small. I am the great provider, and I am moving behind the scenes to bring forth a sudden provision that will remind you that I am still on the throne. This is not because of your effort, but because of my grace and your willingness to align your heart with my truth. It is not just about the gold and silver, my beloved. It is about the hearts I am softening and the bridges I am rebuilding. In these coming 7 days, I am going to move in the relationships you thought were dead beyond repair. I am sending a spirit of reconciliation into the places where bitterness has built a wall. I have heard the silent prayers you offered for that family member, that friend, or that partner who walked away. I am the God of second chances and the restorer of broken walls. Watch as the communication that was cut off begins to flow again. Watch as the misunderstandings melt away in the heat of my love. You have passed the test of endurance, and you have kept your heart soft even when the world tried to turn it to stone. Now the harvest of that faithfulness is coming to your door. This prophecy is an invitation to step out of the shadows of not enough and into the light of my abundance. This restoration is not a random act. It is a divine response to your spiritual awakening. As you carry the answers to the 3 questions, knowing my son, managing my assets, and loving my people, you are moving into the frequency of heaven. When your character matches what you have been praying for, the door must open. If you believe that my hand is moving on your behalf, right now do not stay silent. This is the moment to activate your faith through declaration. Type "I believe" or 7787 in the comments right now to claim this 7-day shift. By doing this, you are not just typing words. You are reaching out and touching the hem of my garment. You are telling the enemy that his time of stealing from you is over, and that the season of restoration has begun. Let the sound of your belief echo through the spiritual realm, for the gates of heaven respond to the voice of faith. You have been in the hidden season, the dark construction site of the soul, for far longer than you expected. You felt as though you were being buried, but in reality, you were being planted. You felt as though you were breaking, but you were actually becoming. I did not bring you this far to leave you in the desert. The pressure you have felt was necessary to produce the power you will now walk in. Rock bottom was not your end. It was the solid foundation I needed to build a skyscraper of my glory. Within these next 7 days, pay attention to the small signs, the unexpected phone calls, and the random opportunities that cross your path. These are the fingerprints of my grace. I am moving the pieces of the puzzle together to form a picture of beauty that you could never have imagined. The delay was for your protection, and the wait was for your preparation. Now the time for your manifestation has arrived. My precious one, breathe in the air of this new season. The atmosphere around you is shifting from one of heavy anxiety to one of expectant joy. I am removing the spirit of heaviness and clothing you in a garment of praise. Do not look back at the years the locusts have eaten, for I am making up for lost time. I am the God who can do in a moment what takes man a lifetime. Trust my timing for it is perfect. As we prepare for the final seal and the closing of this divine appointment, keep your eyes fixed on me. The restoration of your life is my signature of love upon your soul. You are my witness, and your story will be a testament to my faithfulness. The struggle is over. The shift has begun. Walk forward with your head held high, for the King of Kings is walking right beside you, and the victory is already yours. My precious child, we have reached the threshold of a new existence. The words I have spoken to you tonight are not mere sounds. They are spirit and they are life. You have traveled through the mirrors of truth, faced the 3 questions of eternity, and received the prophecy of your restoration. Now the atmosphere around you is thick with the weight of my glory, for this is the moment of the final seal. This night marks the boundary between who you were and who I have destined you to become. The old version of you, the one who was defined by anxiety, limited by fear, and shadowed by the masks of the world, is fading away. As the sun rises on your new tomorrow, you will step out as a new creation, one whose heart is anchored in my Son, whose hands are ready for stewardship, and whose soul is overflowing with my love. Do not sleep tonight without letting these truths sink into the very marrow of your bones. This is your rebirth, your divine reset, and your homecoming. I want you to understand the gravity of this moment. The enemy of your soul has been watching this encounter, and he is desperate to steal the seeds of truth I have planted in you tonight. He wants you to wake up tomorrow and believe it was all just a feeling, a temporary emotional lift. But I tell you, this is a permanent shift in the heavens. You must seal this prophecy so that it cannot be taken from you. Do not let the thief enter your garden. Hold on to the peace I have given you as if it were the most precious treasure in the universe, for it is. When you leave this space, carry the awareness of my presence with you into the kitchen, into your workplace, and into your rest. I am not a God who visits for a moment. I am the God who dwells within you forever. The 3 questions I asked you are now the compass for your daily walk. Let every decision you make be filtered through the light of my Son, the purpose of my gifts, and the depth of my compassion. Before we conclude this divine appointment, I am asking you to perform a final act of spiritual sealing. Do not let this word fall to the ground. Seal this prophecy in your life right now, so that the blessings I have promised can manifest without hindrance. Type Amen or It is done in the comments below to lock this message into your soul and signal to the heavenly hosts that you have accepted your new destiny. When you type those words, you are placing a divine seal upon the restoration of your finances, the healing of your relationships, and the awakening of your purpose. You are declaring to the seen and unseen worlds that you belong to the kingdom of light. Let your amen be a shout of victory that echoes through the corridors of time. This is your moment to claim the yes and amen of every promise I have ever made to you. My beloved, I am inviting you now to stay connected to this flow of living water. Do not let this be a one-time meeting, but the beginning of a lifelong journey in my presence. Join this family of believers who are waking up to their true identity. Press the like button one last time and subscribe to this channel as a final act of commitment to your spiritual growth. By joining this community, You are surrounding yourself with a shield of faith and ensuring that you never have to walk this path alone again. I have so much more to tell you, so many more mysteries to reveal, and so many more blessings to pour out. This channel is a sanctuary I have prepared for you to hear my voice daily. Subscribe now and become a permanent part of this family of light, for I have chosen you to be a leader in the great awakening that is sweeping the earth. And if this message truly fed your spirit, if you can feel the peace settling into places that have been restless for years, I want you to understand something: generosity, when it is led by my spirit, becomes a holy agreement. It is not payment for a blessing, because my love is not for sale. It is a seed of honor. It is a sign that says, Lord, I value what you have done in me. So if you feel led, you may give a super thanks as a quiet offering of gratitude, an altar you build in the comments to mark this night forever. Not out of pressure and not out of fear, but out of love. And I will bless the heart that gives with purity, because I see every motive and I waste nothing. Go now, my child, and live as one who has been visited by the King. The struggle is over and the dawn has come. When you feel the pressure of the world trying to return, remember the mirrors. Remember the 3 questions. Remember that you are fireproof, chosen, and deeply loved. Before you close your eyes tonight, whisper to me, I love you, Lord, and listen for my response in the quietness of your heart. I am with you always, even unto the end of the age. Your life is no longer a series of accidents. It is a masterpiece of my design. The restoration has begun, the questions have been answered, and your soul is finally free. Peace be with you, my precious one. It is finished. It is done. Amen.